All right, so of course we out and about, and if you know, you know, in terms of location here, just killing some time. But I was thinking about how it is that, man, sometimes people really have challenges with seeing themselves as and functioning as the salt and the light. And what comes to mind is in Romans chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. But I'm going to start off in John chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. It says that Jesus came into the world, that he was the light, and he was to bring light unto everyone, shed light in the darkness, right? To shine light in the darkness. We're commanded to do the same thing. We're commanded to walk in the light as he is in the light. So it's telling us that we need to be like Jesus. He even said that greater works will you do because I go to the Father. He's telling us that we're able to do great things, and it contradicts with what Romans 12, 1 through 3 says. Why? Because we put such emphasis on Romans 12, 1 through 3, which tells us, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, commit your bodies as living sacrifices, wholly acceptable unto God, which is a reasonable service, and do this by the renewing of your mind. So we buy into the idea that I have to submit myself and to be used as a living sacrifice, but I shouldn't think more highly of myself than I ought to. But that contradicts everything that Jesus said. So we have to be balanced, because Jesus is telling us that great light lives in us when we accept Christ as our Savior, as long as we continue to renew our mind. But if you look a little bit further down in verses 4 through 6 in Romans chapter 12, it tells us that we all have different unique functions. We are all members of one body. We all have different body parts. So we have different skills and abilities, just like there's different kinds of salt. You got table salt, you got sea salt, you got Himalayan salt, you got different kinds of light. You got LED lights, ultraviolet lights, neon lights. So he tells us we need to figure out what kind of salt we are. Figure out what kind of salt you are. Don't compete with other people. Don't compare yourself to other people. What kind of salt are you? And then once you determine what kind of salt you are, then you can function effectively being that salt and providing that light. Hey, I hope this is a blessing to somebody. But again, don't compare yourself to other people. People sometimes spend their whole life trying to figure out what kind of salt am I. But once you find that out, man, you have a responsibility to be able to bring light into the darkness and to be able to shed, to be able to preserve by being salt. I pray this is a blessing for you. Be reconciled and be blessed.